If you would have told me that we'd win 3 straight games to start this international break, honestly, if you would have told me that we would have won 3 games across this international break, I would have taken it. But to start 3-0 on this little run here is it's pretty impressive, to be honest. Pretty unexpected and pretty impressive.
It's the boys, man. I mean, everybody's clicking. Like I'm telling you, what's the one constant on this team? Tata Martino,
Tata.
baby. Tata Martino.
That's it. I didn't realize it. We just need to unlock him. I don't know how we unlocked him. I'm not gonna say how, but it is what it is.
I am super impressed. Like I genuinely am super impressed with the games that we've put together here. I'm super impressed with the composure in the first half. I'm super impressed with the composure when we're backs against the wall in the second half after giving away a penalty. Like they took the steam out of that attack, out of that push by Nashville. And I'm super impressed with how this team has found a way to play in a way that is different than we play when we have Messi and when we have Suarez, and for it to come together in a string of wins that is it's really impressive. I mean, after last match, I said this is maybe the best back-to-back like wins in recent memory, but now it's back-to-back, and it's got to be one of the more impressive 3 straight matches for Inter Miami. Yeah, sure, 3-peat, exactly.
The only concerning thing that I've noticed in these matches is we've had defenders really be the primary goal scorers. Like in this game, especially, we had Jordi Alba with a fantastic goal, and Ian Fray again off a set piece
header.
So we had chances on offense. So that's the one thing that you would have liked to see is more guys get involved in the attack that are supposed to be normally involved in the attack. But hey, we take goals where we get them, and honestly, that's somewhere where we'll be able to fill in, especially when Messi and Suarez come back, and when Rojas comes back as well. You'll have more guys that are a little more accustomed to scoring on offense. So I'm not too worried about that. If anything, it's the opposite. It's fantastic that we're getting contributions from the defense. It's like I cannot express how happy I am that Ian Fray is showing up consistently with this club. Like I mentioned it in the Discord a little bit. I said, are we ever gonna see Cello again? Because Ian Fray has taken that right back spot, and he's played very well defensively, and then offensively he's been a dynamo. We haven't had anybody like that on set pieces. So I don't know how you can't. I mean, ideally you have maybe Toto and Fray as their center backs, but then that kind of removes Ian Fray from really pushing forward like he has been on the wing. So yeah, it's a fun problem to have. And then yeah, I saw Pablo La Frosia said Dibu the calendar with a Dibu like save. Absolutely. That I called it as well. That was the play of the match in my mind. Calendar had a very, very good second half, and for the most part, the whole game. And he had that PK that he guessed right. He just couldn't get to it as a well placed ball by Hani Mukhtar. But overall, whole team played well. When you have a whole team, just solid performance, you tend to come away with 3 points.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jose.
I didn't realize Fray was such a scorer. You know, he's just that's it. At this point, we need to consider just putting him in front of Campana. Campana doesn't like scoring. Just put him in there. You know. So Chris.
Hey Chris.
Man, I thought he was already at the parade tomorrow.
I'm camping out there, didn't you know?
Yeah.
Live from Las Olas.
It's not Las Olas.
Figure it out.
Okay.
So what happened tonight? What are you guys talking about?
Oh well, it's a great win.
We were waiting on you to do the intro, actually.
Oh, okay. Go for it then.
Welcome to the Heron Heads podcast, your first stop for all things Inter Miami. My name's Julio, and that's Dave. Chris, and Jose. And on behalf of the guys, we want to thank you for joining us for whatever episode this is, somewhere around 90 on the Heron Heads podcast, your first stop for all things Inter Miami. For everyone watching live right now, be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons if you're enjoying the show. And really quickly in the description, you will find a link to our Discord, Patreon, merch store. Thank you to our chief Heron Heads, Matias, Chow, Abu, Ava, and Marivi. And thanks to all our patrons. And thanks everyone for hanging out. So let's get back to talking about this game.
Calendar
Yeah.
MVP, eh?
Anyone?
Mukhtar, doghouse again. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't even count that goal that on that PK. That PK was, as George Garriga says, ridiculously awful. I totally agree. It was sad. I was like, you guys just you just want to go against us at this point. You just want to make it a little closer, a little more fun. No, this was not rubbing again of Nashville. We just own that. We just own that city, that team. Nothing they can do about it. Ever since last year, we just continuously plant our flag on them and say, "It's it."
That was clearly a penalty. What are you talking about?
I didn't see
It was
anything.
definitely a penalty.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't see anything. So
It was awful that
Calendar
we
guessed-
conceded. It was awful that we conceded the penalty because it was a bad foul in a bad spot. But you can't argue with that call.
I can argue all I want, David.
And Calendar guessed correctly. Seems like he does it a lot. You just can't get the hand on it. Or not even
That's
a
a
fingertip.
tough. That was a tough
man,
ball.
he's
They put that ball right.
Yeah.
I mean, that was Mukhtar. Mukhtar did a
It
good
was
job.
very
He
well
put that
placed.
ball right where he needed to. So I can't blame Calendar too much. I mean, he did
not at all.
everything that he could do on that spot and had a very good game. So he made saves that were, I mean, the last save was just amazing. But other than that, he was aggressive in going after the ball. He found himself in the right spot. So there was no glaring issue outside of not making great passes when the ball goes to him when he sends it up for upfield. Other than that, he played pretty much flawless.
Yeah, I don't think the penalty was that egregious. I think that foul is called 9 out of 10 times. It was a really tough situation for Bright to be in. It was good and fortunate that he didn't pick up a card in that instance because I believe that would have been his second of the match.
Yep.
So I'm not too fussed over the call itself, but I'm really proud of how after that penalty, it seemed like this Ayago guy who got subbed on was really like pushing the tempo for Nashville. And we did a really good job of slowing it back down and just squeezing the air out of the game. And I mean, Mukhtar had that one long distance chance, but other than that, we really suffocated that. If it felt that I'm going to try for this to be my only analogy that involves a different sport, but it felt like a penalty kill where the team didn't allow the other team into their offensive zone. Like we kept Nashville, they had to play very long balls. Like even towards the end, the commentator was like, "Oh, the crowd's getting very restless." There was about 3 minutes left in extra time, and they had to play it back to their goalkeeper. Like that's very good. That's it just kills precious seconds, and then it just forces Nashville to have to play long balls in. They're not able to get good quality chances, and it makes a huge difference. It's a very cumulative effect, and I thought we did a really good job of after that penalty just bouncing back and being like, whatever, we're still up a goal. We still have a ton to play for. Like, let's just see this one out. And they did. And it was wonderful.
Did you guys see the possession again today?
So our
53 to
passing was very good. So I'm assuming our
53
possession
to
was good.
53 to 47, Nashville 53. So they
Shoes
beat
is
us in the
nice.
possession game again.
Our passing
Shoes-
accuracy was great, though. I'm assuming.
Shoes is
Solely-
man.
I'm
Solely
assuming-
based on Busquets.
Passing
I think
accuracy was
Alba
even,
was also
89, 89.
Alba was also like 37 or 37 at one point. Like when they mentioned the Busquets 50-50, Alba was also 37 at that point. So I'm assuming that we had some really nice passes.
We XG'd
89%.
them. We XG'd them, by the way. They had 1.56 expected goal, and we had like 0.8. That's fun. That's what happened. Calendar just said he took over today. It was nice.
Yeah. I mean, you can attribute like 0.8 XG to a penalty being given.
True.
But
Which that doesn't even count in my
Drake
book,
played
so
really well.
It doesn't even count in my record
Exactly.
book. So.
Right.
Have you guys spoken about Dacer Thomas being right on that one right there?
The score
No.
as well.
No.
I don't know
Score.
how late
Right.
I came into the show, so I have no
I
idea
don't
what
know.
this
We
guy
didn't
is.
talk
It's-
about it.
You should have asked Dave directly if he had talked about himself,
Oh,
because
Sorry.
Jose and I surely were not going to bring it up.
Well, did I? Did I talk about myself? I don't believe so. But yeah, I guess I predicted the score. I will say with the help of shoes, we predicted Busquets at center back. I don't want to take full credit for that one because he mentioned it and I just brought it up as a topic of conversation after seeing
And I agree
Shoes
with it.
mention
I agree with it. And then Julio said that's preposterous. They would never do that. He's so good and valuable at the midfield. Why would they ever do that? Tiki
I agreed
taka,
with Julio.
just
Never gonna agree with Julio again.
That's right.
well.
But yeah, the score. I'll take credit. I'll take credit for the score. I'll take credit for the score, but I won't take credit for Busquets at center back. That was our loyal listener Shoes who brought that one up.
And Tata for listening. Thank you, Tata.
I will. Yeah, I mean, I'll gladly own that. It worked perfectly. It worked perfectly. I do wonder if Schaffelberg not being in changes that at all, because the alternative is still another slow center back. So I don't know if it changes it whatsoever, but I do wonder how much that did factor into that decision. And I am also shocked, and I also will own that I did not expect to see Redondo play 100 minutes tonight and to see Gomez play 70 minutes or however long he played. I thought only one of them was going to see the pitch, and I thought it was going to be Gomez. I did not expect both of them to be starting and to play as much as they did. Super happy they did. Super happy they came off the pitch healthy, and super happy with the way both of them played. Really, like outside of Gomez putting a ball in the like 20th row, he had a super solid game. Redondo as well. He had another off target shot, but played really well. The commentators were even mentioning how good of a game he played. I am super happy to be wrong in all those instances.
And Yannick Bright starting as well. Yannick Bright was a thorn in Hani Mukhtar's side the entire match. Yes, he picked up an early yellow, but was playing him very well, and he was marking him the whole game. So that was really nice to see. And they were also mentioning on the broadcast that Bright has just been such a revelation for this club because he's somebody who is so dedicated in the defense, and he does it, and he's very aggressive, and he's all over the guys, and he plays it very, very well. That's something that we needed because outside of Busquets, we didn't have a truly defensive-minded player. Busquets, I get it, is more of a passer as well, but to have somebody dedicated like that, like I think of it as like an N'Golo Kante type player for us, who's just like a little animal in the defense, and having him run all over the place. That's something that these teams really need, and having him play alongside of Redondo and Gomez, I think it brings such a well-rounded group out there, and that's something that we need, especially when we start injecting Messi back into the club and Suarez, because then you have them who are just out otherworldly in attack, and then you have players like that are well-rounded or defensive oriented, can really complement each other, and I really like what Tata's been figuring out with this club. So when we do have all hands on deck, we're for the first time in I don't know how long, we have a well-rounded starting group and bench to be able to really put the pedal to the metal in the second half of the season.
Now you mentioned Bright. I do think guys like Bright impacted the 50-50 duels, which we dominated with the 50-50 balls. We won ground duels 64%. Dribbles we killed them in we just duels in general. It was 53% to 47%. But I will say, do you guys know who the men of the match were for Miami?
Alba.
Dave?
Ian Fray.
Chris?
Probably would have guessed Ian Fray as well. He had a really nice game.
Well, they both were the top men. Alba edged them out 8.2, 7.8 to Ian Fray. Now the worst of the match for us,
Robert Taylor.
I can't disagree, but
Yannick
he had
Bright.
a beautiful moment in the box, and I was like, here it is. Let's see. This is his moment. Just dribbled it out of bounds. I was like, okay, there you go.
I'm gonna guess
Christoph.
I'm gonna guess Bright because he's the only player on our team that got a yellow card, which is shocking for Inter Miami.
That was it. Yeah, Bright 6.2. I wanted
yellow
to throw
card.
that in. I wanted to
Yellow
throw
card
that in
hurts him.
right after David said how great he was. I was like, least
Well,
of the
the
match.
He was
Boom.
really good. I will say he was really good.
And the
He
yellow
was
card
tasked-
was almost necessary at that point. I think Mukhtar was about to just blow by him, and I was fine with the yellow card. I didn't hate it, unlike
It's
some other yellow
professional-
cards that we tend to get.
It's a professional foul there, and that's one that you're okay with him taking, which is why he got the yellow. But he was tasked with the most difficult task on defense,
It's
and
not,
just
that, it's not that difficult anymore. We do it every single time at this point, David. We
Okay,
consistently put this guy in a doghouse. He never does anything against us. This phantom of Mukhtar, I don't even know what he does, who he is. Guy sucks.
Do you
That was
guys
his shirt,
think?
Jose?
Do you guys
It's
think
his
that
shirt.
Nashville fired their head coach because of us?
Yes.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if they fire the
gonna-
interim coach.
They're
We'll
gonna
know.
fire their interim now. Yeah. Bye bye.
It's pretty impressive. We've gone now 7 matches against Nashville without suffering a loss. That is like, I used to be somewhat intimidated going up against Nashville, but now I'm like, man, it feels like we play against them every other week. I hope we play them every other week because
Especially at their house, right?
we just succeed. Yeah.
Nashville was pretty good until they ran into Inter Miami, into Messi's Inter Miami. After they
Yes.
ran into the Messi iteration of Inter Miami, the wheels have fallen off the wagon for Nashville. I feel
They're
bad.
shook. They're shook.
Great party town, and you can tell Inter Miami loves to party there. Every time they go, it's a party.
They should stop drinking bourbon while they're there because it's not good.
Nice. My dad's
Yeah.
actually in Nashville and was trying to convince the people that he was with to go, but since none of them were either Nashville or Inter Miami fans outside of my dad, he did not end up going. But he's on his following the Panamanian national team around for this Copa America group stage. But
What a groupie.
what is living his best life, man? Living his best life out there.
We all
Shout out to the groupie. But yeah, we own them. Like it's there's no counter argument that can be made from Nashville's perspective that says otherwise. This is as good a chance as they've had in the last year to beat us. And take the first 45 minutes. We came out so high energy. We dominated the midfield. We really shut them down. They didn't have too many good chances in the first half. And out of nowhere, Inter Miami is now a set piece corner team. And it is, pinch me. I must be dreaming.
Happy birthday, Ian Fray, baby.
Ian
That's what it is.
Fray. Man, do we have a right back dilemma or what? I mean, do we really want Cello to come back and start again?
We did talk about this.
Oh, you did? Well, I don't want to. I wasn't here. I'm going to say I don't want Cello to come back. I love the way Ian Fray is playing right now. That guy is playing out of his mind. He's playing great defense. He's fast. He takes the ball up the field super easily. He makes these crosses into the box. I don't know if you guys mentioned that, but I mean, beautiful. It's what a revelation this kid is. I mean, amazing. Sorry if I repeated everything you guys just said.
No, I mean,
in the beginning, but
sure.
You added a twist.
Yeah, we did talk about it, and I was only half joking that Chris reiterating what we said, but it does deserve a lot of attention. Ian Fray's performance in these matches deserves all the attention that it's getting because it is really it has the chance to really take this team to the next level because defense is such a question mark for this team and depth specifically in defense is such a question for this team that Ian Fray coming in, and yes, scoring is great. It's not going to be something you can rely on, but providing a set piece threat, being able to keep pace in defense, those are super important things for defenders on this team. And it's been a revelation. It's been fantastic and it's great to see, and it deserves all the attention and all the plaudit that's getting.
But yeah, and the fact that he can turn defense into offense is something that we haven't had. Because it's funny because we've always had some aspect of it. With Yedlin, he was a transition threat, but didn't do anything in the offensive finishing, and he was a liability on defense. And then with Cello, he was solid enough on defense, but if he found the ball in the offensive half, it was just a disaster. That was the end of the possession almost every single time he touched the ball in the offensive third. And then now with Fray, I mean, we mentioned earlier, complete box to box. He's a special player when the ball's on his feet. He's very good and very sound defensively in our own box. He can dribble up the field and really push the transition on them. And then in attack, like Chris said, very, very good passing, can cross the ball when needed. And then in set pieces and going up there and using his head, accurate header, and with a little oomph behind it as well. So that's something that we haven't seen with this club.
Yeah, super impressed with Fray. And then what can you say about the Jordi Alba goal? I mean, just a peach, just like ridiculous world-class strike of the ball. Just put his foot through it and nothing the goalkeeper could do about that. But just that is what these players bring, is the ability to do something like that at any given moment. And it can come from Alba, it can come from Busquets, obviously it can come from Suarez and Messi, but that having multiple players on our team that can do that at any given moment makes this team dangerous no matter what. Like, no matter what. That goal was unbelievable. I can't imagine what it feels like to hit a ball so cleanly. I just can't. It must be so satisfying.
You know what's interesting? Totally derating. Yeah, I agree. Yes, very satisfying. What now starts to come to mind is once Messi and Luis Suarez gets back, what's going to be our lineup, right? Because like I agree with David. It's like this is the most like all round that I've felt that we are, because we have a little bit of we will have a nice mix of skill, but also guys working for those 50-50 balls, which is super crucial to getting more possession in high value areas. And one thing that I'm obviously, you know, I like how Gressel's been flowing lately. I don't know if maybe it's been because of the time off also, right? Like let's give him a little bit of credit, right? We've always been kind of harsh on him, right? Deservedly so, because he's been a little bit rough to watch. But I think we always had in the back of our mind where we're like, man, but what if he had a little bit of time off? You know, what if it wasn't that he was playing the whole freaking preseason, the whole regular season? And you know, it seems like he's getting his groove. So, but to me, looking at our lineup, that's the guy that I see right now that I would probably bench. And you know, because today I believe he played at right wing. That's where I see Messi playing, right? So you put Luis Suarez as a striker, and then at left wing they had Gomez playing today, which, you know, he did pretty well. You know, what do you guys think?
In attack, we didn't do anything great. Actually, the best shot by any of our attackers was Gressel, who had a very, very, very nice foot on the ball. It hit the post, which you can't get too mad when it's a strike, when it's a ball hit that well. But other than that, we didn't really have anything in the attack. I didn't notice Gomez in attack very much. Some balls went to him, and then he kicked them back, and there wasn't much action there.
He's better in the midfield for sure.
Right. But that's why I was like, he's not the answer at left wing either. That's where they would probably put Rojas.
It's gonna get really
probably a better fit than Gomez there at left wing. And who knows how long we have Gomez. But the main issue in attack in this one, and it's something that might just be a this year issue and might not be an issue going forward, is unfortunately Campana is just. I was telling Julio, I'm like, man, he just leaves a lot of meat on the bone. You just feel like he has all these opportunities and he just doesn't put his best foot forward, and you really expect him to make more,
to fall and not score. Whatever it takes to not score, that's what he's gonna do.
Yeah, you really expect him to put some of these on frame.
Ian Fray had a perfect cross into the box room and he sailed it. I mean, he even looked at him, he goes, my bad, like oh crap, I really messed up, because it couldn't have been any more beautiful, and he just not even close. And he was what, I don't know, 6 feet from the goal.
He was just outside the inner box. Yeah, he's completely shot of confidence. Completely shot on confidence.
But how? I feel like he's been getting a groove or something. But I almost
he has, but he hasn't. Like he hasn't, outside of the goal that he scored last match, where it was, as we joked, sort of against his will, like he had no choice but to score the goal last match. Outside of that, he hasn't had much of a groove offensively, I would say. Like he's stopping breaks to slow it down, which in some instances is fine. Like later in the match today, he did that, and I thought it was a smart move to do. And he actually had a take on this match that ended up with the shot. The shot was off target, hit the side of the net. I thought that was a good sign because it's like, oh, okay, he's confident enough to at least take on the defender.
You're talking about when he hit it to the left.
Yeah, he hit it correct.
That was a nice one. It was just above.
And when he got the ball, instead of playing it back, he turned and took the defender on and found space and like made a chance, as your attacker should. But honestly, like his shots aren't on target. His touch is really poor. He had a pass, like sort of a driven pass that hit him, and the ball just like bounced around, and Kramaski and Taylor had to go fight for it, and it just ended in nothing. But to me, he's completely shot on confidence. Going back to the original question of when these guys get back, Campana obviously takes a backseat to Suarez almost no matter what. The biggest question for me is Messi goes to right wing no matter what. So Gressel then has to go to the midfield if we choose to play him, but the midfield is so dense with players that we can put in. We're talking about Gomez potentially. We're talking about Redondo. We have Bright. We have Busquets. We have all these players, and we can't play all of them. Yeah, Kramaski, Ruiz. Like, I think Kramaski goes to the bench, and I think it has to be
Ruiz too.
Oh yeah, sure. Ruiz has been on the bench, which is why I'm sort of not counting that. But I think it has to be with the best midfield trio that we've seen so far this season of Gomez, Redondo, and Busquets. And Bright has been spectacular, but he's going to be a key rotational piece in my mind.
I'm going to tell you, though, from what I saw today from Busi, I felt like he could help us out big time in that back line, because we put Bright at that center mid position. I feel like he helps bring a defensive presence that's constantly, he drove Mokhtar crazy today, right there. Like it was, I saw the same thing where I was like, this guy, him, Gomez, and Redondo for me were awesome because these guys were relentless, just getting after it. Putting Busi back there, I feel like he can get it to these guys and just and just constantly keep it up there. You know what I mean?
Here's the caveat and the unknown. Inter Miami bringing a defender. So let's just assume that Busquets isn't needed to play defense.
Because you have Toto there already, right? And the question mark now is going to be, is Ian Fray going to stay at right back? Obviously, Jordi stays at left back.
It's like the question is the
Christoph spot. This is a good problem.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
Definitely. Remember, Gomez is going to be gone for Olympics as well. So what is that? A month or however long the Olympics are, 4 to 6 weeks.
Gomez might not be on our squad in a month.
And then I was going to mention that as well after the Olympics, the transfer possibility too. So who knows? Maybe we won't have this big of a good problem that we're talking about as
but I don't see like going back to what Jose was saying is like as much as I love to see Busquets at center back today and how hard defense looked because of it, that can't be his spot long term.
We look solid though.
I understand that, but look at our opponents today.
It's not the long-term solution.
There was no real speed threat in this game. Like we mentioned, Schaffelberg didn't play.
Schaffelberg would have.
If we have Busquets and Christoph as our center backs, we are leaving ourselves open for a speed attack to go right by them, and that's something that I understand that Busquets is extremely intelligent, has a high football IQ, that he can kind of mitigate that a little bit, but he can't. You just can't live that way.
Look how much more dangerous Nashville was when Iago came on. A big, powerful attacker that seemingly had some good burst to him. Immediately, like he brought energy to the game, and we were on the back foot from that point on.
Yeah, and another player who I forgot to mention, who might be a left wing possibility and who's played when he has played well, is Leo Afonso. Afonso has in the few minutes that he has played has shown that he's a competent player. So that's somebody who, if we do need somebody to fill in that left wing spot, I want to see him get legitimate run alongside of Mateo Rojas as well.
We also should not forget about Robbie Robinson. Well,
rest in peace.
I think now we can, but it's a shame that we let him go and that career didn't go It really is.
It's a shame that the career didn't take off. It's not a shame that we let him go. Honestly,
No,
it
I
was
agree. That's
a
what I'm
prudent
saying.
career
That's it.
or business decision.
Yeah, I'm saying it's a shame because that was our
Yeah,
first
of
pick.
course.
You know, it's a shame that it didn't work out. That's it. We'll leave that there. But yeah,
Well, can you explain the news? Inter Miami has released Robbie Robinson. For those of you that don't know, just a little context. Go on, Jose.
Yeah. So I just hearing what you guys are saying. So we're basically saying that it's going to be Rojas at left wing, Suarez, Messi, Gomez, Bright, Redondo, Alba, Busi, Toto, Ian Fray. Well, that was
No.
what I was saying. You were saying, I guess Christoph instead of Busi, and then Busi instead of Bright.
That's correct.
Right.
And realistically, in my mind, I mean, I guess it would be Bright instead of Gomez, assuming Gomez gets transferred out, and a new defender in place of Christoph. Like
Yeah.
a Varane, let's say.
I think well Varane didn't they say he's close to signing with I forgot what team it was. I saw it yesterday.
I'll wait till I see him holding a kit.
Yeah, but it was actually Dick Fabrizio that said it was almost done.
He doesn't.
Fabrizio, well known, doesn't follow the MLS that closely.
Yeah, he doesn't have any contacts
But,
in Inter Miami.
I'll wait for a Bogart bomb.
Follow Mike Ryan more than anything. What?
But yeah, they
doesn't he have the inside scoop in Inter Miami? No.
No.
All right.
no, he doesn't.
All right.
But at least it's nice to see that Inter Miami's looking at defenders. I think they were looking at some. I forgot who it was now. It's too many things going on this week, but another defender this week that came up on the Miami radar as well. So
Yeah,
I
I think they're gonna go hard. Like they have to push all their chips in the table at getting a defender. It is so glaringly our weakest position group. The fact that you have to move Busquets to defense, it just shows how the lack of depth that we have there. Because yes, Busquets played well, but again, it's not the long-term solution, and it's just because we don't have enough people. We lost Freire now. Toto, who knows if in 10 matches he's going to get another suspension for yellow card accumulation. There's just not enough. There's not enough pieces back there, so they have to address it. Even if it is a depth piece and it's not like a big splash, they have to address the defense, the central defense specifically. And honestly, getting some depth, maybe on the left side, might be beneficial.
No, Allen, yeah, for sure.
I mean,
right,
they have
getting rid of him maybe.
I mean, they do have a backup left back for the first time in ages. But
True. I that's true. I completely forgot about Negri.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have to get a central defender.
And now we have a backup right back in Cello.
Wow.
It's all coming together, guys. The squad is coming together.
It's true. Listen, by hook or by crook, like the fact that Ian Fray came back and has performed so well, it couldn't have happened at a better time with Cello out injured, right? Like this emergence has been perfectly timed by Ian Fray. I do think he has stolen the show these last 2 weeks.
No doubt.
And
I know
Cello's been Wally pipped. That's another cross sports reference. If you don't know what that means, look it up.
What's funny is that it happened also to Cello he was in Boca before, right? I believe he started to become also a bench player there as well.
He was in Boca for the Panthers parade?
Was he? I don't know. But no, that's wrong. But he was also stumped there as well. So it's it seems to be happening a lot to him in his career.
Yeah, I
If
mean,
you really need center back help, would they put Ian Fray back at center back because he plays center back as well?
I mean, in the short term,
Cello
in the short
Cello.
term, we have to figure out on a game by game basis,
Yeah.
and then
Might not be terrible though.
But they need to find a true solution. I think with a proper center back that hopefully has some good athleticism, good pace, smart, composed. We'll see. It doesn't need to be a big name. It's always fun when it is, but to me, we need someone that's solid, man. We need a solid defender. And I mean, we've done really well to this point in the season. Obviously, still top of the standings, still leading the Supporter Shield race, but come playoff time, come Leagues Cup time, we need to shore up the defense, and the defense has been better recently. But it's still can take another step up, another level. So to me, they have to address it, and I'm going to assume that they will address it because, like you said, Chris, there's been like the rumor mill around Inter Miami regarding this transfer window as far as incoming transfers has been almost exclusively defense oriented.
Yep. Definitely.
I saw Cincinnati won this evening, which was a bit of a stinker. I know when we were coming out of the half, they were still tied, but it ended 1-0 with Cincinnati winning. So unfortunately, they keep at pace with us.
Cockroaches, man.
Yeah. But
They're down 2 points still.
correct.
Yeah, with the game
With the game in hand.
ahead.
They have a game in hand, correct.
Yeah. But the fact, to me, it feels like getting through this Copa America break, we're the ones that are keeping pace. Like, we're the ones that are keeping them at bay. We're doing an incredible job of really getting through this international break. You know,
Wins without Messi. Like, remember before, leading up to the break, there was that chart, and it was just like notching all the wins like before Messi left. We should have had a chart like that with games without Messi, and just charting all these points that we're basically stealing without Messi on the squad.
I think we're 3-0 this season, if I heard correctly on the broadcast, without Messi and Suarez.
well, it
Heard
would
that
be these
correctly.
3 games.
Yeah.
It would be these 3
Oh,
games to be
huge.
the games that we haven't had either of them.
Yeah,
Yeah, because remember there was like that big narrative that we hadn't won any games without
Right.
Messi. Like our record without Messi was abysmal.
it's
So this
really
is not-
annoying
yeah.
that Cincinnati doesn't lose. I just don't get it.
Yeah. Well, they're a good team.
They're
They
good,
have their
man.
best
They're really good.
players. They're deep. They're deep in attack. They have good defense.
There's some other big losses today. New York City, NYCFC. They went down a point, I believe. I was trying to find the final score. Of that
Nice.
game.
I saw Red Bulls went
Um,
down early. I don't know if they turned it around.
Red Bulls. Nah, they tied. They tied the match. So which is still a good result for us.
Yeah.
I mean, still a good result. And then I also saw that Charlotte lost a spot in the standings as well. So it was
They're our next
it was good
opponent.
besides Cincinnati. So
Yeah, we
overall,
take
it's
on
pretty
Charlotte
good
next.
for us.
I think
Yeah.
Charlotte is a tough match. I think they're a good team at home, and they're a good team just in general.
Yeah.
I think our first ever episode was against Charlotte, was it not?
I believe so.
It might have been.
Wow, what a callback!
Okay.
Look how far we've come, guys.
How far?
So far.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, we're at the same block right now.
I'm sitting on the same couch.
That's right.
Yep.
We've gone through about 5 different overlays, but other than that,
But always that same little thing behind David, the little galaxy thing.
Tata's mind.
that's tactics right there. Incredible.
God, we have a Wednesday match. Why do they keep doing these Wednesday matches? It's so
It's
annoying.
brutal.
I
They're
hate
doing,
it.
they're doing it because they know that I'm going to be gone all of next week for
Oh yeah, I'm actually
the
gonna.
cruise.
I leave Wednesday as well. I didn't think
There-
about that.
There you go.
Oh, so it's David and I, baby.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
I mean,
I'll be on this Wednesday. I'll be on this Wednesday.
Oh.
But I'm saying that after Saturday, I'm gone for a week on the cruise.
I'm gonna list myself as a maybe, as a questionable, because we'll be at our vacation destination by then. But I'll be a maybe.
You're a yes.
So we
You
got a
can't help
Wednesday.
You can't help it,
Figure it out.
especially if we win
I'll
again.
I'll commit to one of the 2 episodes being either Wednesday or Saturday because I'm still gonna be on vacation on Saturday.
You should do
Saturday,
Saturday.
Cincinnati.
You should-
Saturday,
Oh,
Cincinnati.
Saturday I'll be there.
Yeah,
I'll be there
yeah.
Saturday. I'll commit to
Yeah.
Saturday.
Good choice.
Wow.
Yeah, we
Wait,
got
we
a
have
Wednesday and a
2?
Saturday, and then we don't play again until 10 days after that. We have another nice break after that.
But we have 2 games this week.
We have
Yeah,
Wednesday
Wednesday,
and
Saturday,
Saturday.
and then we have a 10-day break.
I don't like that. For the guys. I don't like that for the guys, not for us. It's for the guys.
Well, they're coming-
No, I love the
About 10
idea of
days.
not liking it for Dave.
I can
This
care
just
less.
doesn't work for my schedule, guys. I mean,
Give me a break. Oh, brother.
My couch can only take so much sitting. Yeah.
someone call up the MLS.
Unbelievable. man.
David's
Yeah.
not happy.
So Wednesday at Charlotte. they said on the broadcast that Miami's not even going to come back to Miami. They're just going to go straight to Charlotte, which I think is, to me, it makes sense.
It's great bonding, you know. In Charlotte.
To me, it makes sense. I just like, if you're on the road, like, just stay on the road.
Yeah.
How many days in between? Whatever.
Between now and Wednesday,
It doesn't make sense to come back and then,
they would have to fly out Tuesday
It doesn't matter. We're gonna go there. We're gonna beat them too. It's
after
fine.
flying back from Nashville tonight, I guess, or tomorrow.
Ian Fray has the golden head. Should be the award. Not,
The golden head.
move over, golden boot.
Whose head do they put on the award?
Yeah, whose head is cast in that?
Ian Fray, obviously. Ian Fray goes to Ian Fray.
The Ian Fray Golden
Happy
Head
birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Award. I love it. Yeah. Any closing sentiments here? Any other bits of news that we forgot to mention? We already talked about Robbie Robinson being let go from the team.
So probably no preview since we're playing again on Wednesday. So we'll see you guys after that match. But other than that,
Get on Wednesday because
Sayonara.
it's gonna be without Julio. So
Sayonara.
you
The
guys
principal will be out.
the principal's not in. We do
Jose, you gonna
whatever we
come
want.
over? You gonna come over, Jose?
no one wants to see that again.
We literally lost subscribers, right?
Maybe-
Soon after.
That's the
Listen,
first and not the last time that we'll lose subscribers.
No doubt. It was one of the funnest podcasts I've ever done when I was younger.
listen, I'm not gonna make any promises, but maybe I'll tune in or I'll
Yeah.
join with Carl.
He got nervous. I don't know.
Ooh.
He's like, okay.
I gotta one up them.
Carl could give a
He's like,
little
He can't
medical
be by themselves. Oh my God.
Carl's med talk.
That's right.
Shakiri.
All right. Well, in that note, thank you guys for tuning into the Heron Heads podcast. If you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe buttons because it helps us greatly. And we'll catch you on Wednesday, or at least some of us will, on the Heron Heads podcast, your first stop for all things Inter Miami. Catch you on the next one.